You need to lose to win, baby. You need to lose to win. It's all part of the hero's journey, I think. In order to grow, you must fall. However, growing is such an arduous task, be it physical or mental. So, with the right connections, you can simply cheese your way into getting stronger. Ergo, the Traveler, whose friendship with the Pyro Archon is already a foregone conclusion at this point, my friends. Although, wouldn't it be great if Natlan was just so isolated from the rest of Teyvat that when the Traveler pulls up, it's just like, hello, Pyro Archon, it's me, the Traveler. My arrival onto this nation means a catastrophe will soon befall it, and as such, I'm here to save your nation. You're very welcome. Who the fuck are you, nigga? But in any case, as mentioned earlier, the Traveler and the Pyro Archon will become close enough that she shares her secrets with the Traveler.
The rules of war are woven in the womb. The victors shall burn bright, while the losers must turn to ash. When the god of war shares this secret with the Traveler, it is because she has her reasons.
Looking back on this line for Natlan within the context of the Traveler having just lost a battle against Arlecchino, presents an interesting question unto itself. Is this secret the Pyro Archon sharing with the Traveler something meant to clue the Traveler in on the brutal nature of this world, or simply empower them? It could be both, to be fair. The reason for the former, however, is that this line that Dane uses, the victors will burn bright whilst the losers must turn to ash, is eerily similar to what Apep said about the nature of the Sovereign's war against the heavenly principles.
In war, the victor would inherit the right to shape the world, while the losers must turn into ash.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Now, we know the connection between dragons and Natlan runs a bit deeper than just the two sayings being close with one another, as Saurians are an important part of Natlan culture, and, Nervalet did just say, Natlan's a nation of dragons. And the Natlantean root cycle was also said to have borne witness to the defeat of evil dragons. If we can recall, a letter in the Tower of Ipsimisus said, quote, "The Narcissencroy Ordo believes the people continuously refine themselves through samsara cycles. These include Hyperborea, Natlantean, Rumeria, and the first half of the fourth samsara, Chronaria, which we are presently experiencing." Please take note that these are just names given to these eras by the Ordo based on ancient texts, and this evolution refers to spiritual evolution. There is no intent here to antagonize any research results obtained by the academia. The human spirit undergoes the loss of paradise, the defeat of evil dragons, the original sin in baptism, and finally, freedom from the gods. I then, now, and will forever believe this evil dragon was that bastard crackhead dragon king in Nibelung. Hence, why the two sayings are so close. Both the people of Natlan at the time and the sovereigns knew the implications of the war they were fighting and what it meant. In the case of the sovereigns, the victors will burn bright means they wrest control of Teyvat from the heavenly principles. In the case of said heavenly principles, the victors burning bright means they now completely control Teyvat with little worries of outside threats, given the Dragon King is now dead. Instead, the threats to their rule recently have started popping up from within. Ungrateful bastards. It's alright though, soon they will come to understand the meaning of the line. The losers will turn to ash. But perhaps before that fated confrontation comes to pass, one will burn to ash sooner than we think, and maybe, just maybe, it will come to pass that a victor will burn bright, a loser turn to ash, but from within that ash, one rises like a phoenix with the truth. We'll see. Alright, so now it feels like people are expecting the Traveler or the Pyro Archon to fight Capitano, and thus the Pyro Archon dies, gets resurrected or some shit. And let me say something. Let me do something. Let me subvert expectations. The Capitano propaganda has been ramping up recently, and I'm in part guilty of this. I mean, the unflagging and heroic captain. He's a cool ass fucking dude. You can't blame people. But I wonder if his strength is being vastly overrated. Look, I get Capitano is all but confirmed to be he is the rank 1 harbinger, alright? This makes him far superior to the rank 4 knave in terms of strength. He has power rivaling the gods, and given we lost to the knave, logic dictates we'd get fucking Goomba stomped in a fight versus the captain. But odds are, we aren't the ones who are going to fight the captain. The one who's fighting the captain will be the owner of the Gnosis, the god of war. She's not just a god, however. She's a god with the Pyro authority. And she's not just a god with the Pyro authority. She's an Archon with the Gnosis and a Pyro authority. Actually, we don't know if she's the god of war. I need to stop saying that shit. Actually, no, it's highly likely, though, she is. Even if it's not Murata, Nahida and Focalor all shared the same ideal as their predecessor, so... you know. But it's here, I wonder, what will come of the confrontation between Capitano and an Archon at the height of their power. Not just any Archon, though. An Archon who specializes in war. And it's here the Pyro Archon secrets also come into play. But what is that secret? Did you guys notice something earlier with the root cycle, Rumeria? Its description was original sin in baptism, which, as we know, is exactly what the Fontaine Archon quest was about. Egeria committed the original sin by appropriating the primordial sea, and then Nerva lets baptize the fake humans by making them real humans, and we can even see the Travelers say as much.
In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontainians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Focalor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone.
And now baptism is multifaceted and extends beyond simply being reborn, as part of what baptism is simply removing the sin that one is born with, which is exactly what the heavenly principles would have done. Alright, it's just the baptism, their baptism would have involved just a little too much water. Now obviously we know the Chronoria cycle is literally just people trying to free themselves from the gods. Conria tried it, the Vitui are trying to do it. So if these root cycles are reflections of what is to come in these nations, then the Natlantean cycle, which was described as, quote, the defeat of evil dragons, could see something that ties into that. Now, whether or not Capitano is the metaphorical evil dragon in this scenario is a bit impossible to say right now, given it could be, like the narwhal, there's a true monster waiting to reveal itself to us. In any case, the Pyro Archon revealing her secrets to the Travelers, followed by the statement, she will have her reasons. We know next to nothing about the Pyro Archon, but we do have a quote from her thanks to the Pyro gemstone that reads as such, quotes, a pilgrimage for a wish, a battle to earn a name, burnt to cinders for a dream, if the intention yet remains, achieved blank's truth he has. Now this quote, unfortunately, leaves us with few fair more questions than answers. The fucking fellow Archon's quotes weren't this fucking ambiguous. Given we are left with the question of who blank is and who he is. Now I will say blank's truth could very well be the Pyro Archon's name, her truth, given we know she has a secret she's holding on to that she will eventually tell us. But as for who he is, it shouldn't be the Traveler, given the gender doesn't switch. However, what's interesting about this gemstone is the message it's conveying. Someone's on a journey for a wish, and what I want to point out is, in Chinese, the next phrase translates to fighting for the title of the strongest. However, on this journey, this person will be burnt to a cinder, and if they remain true to themselves, then he will learn blank's truth. So I wonder then, if this person could be Capitano. I mean, you fuckers love calling him Capitano. Alright, let's put that fucking him to use, nigga. Given we know he's going to Natlan, we know he's tossing his hat into the ring of war, meaning he will be fighting, and in some sense of the saying, he could be fighting to become the strongest. He'd then die, and then learn a truth. What's interesting is that in these turn of events, it mirrors what the Bloodstained Knights went through, another powerful warrior who died during the Cataclysm, only to learn the truth of the world in the abyss, and so thus, he pledged his allegiance to them. So if Capitano is in fact the Bloodstained Knights, this wouldn't be something he hasn't experienced before. Furthermore, the person who is being burnt to cinders is doing it for a dream. Keep in mind, all the harbingers are working to make the Tsaritsa's dream a reality. Alright, that makes it sound like some sort of fucking Make-A-Wish program, but you get what I mean.
The Tsaritsa's dream is the noblest and purest thing in all the world.
Her Royal Highness, the Tsaritsa, is actually a gentle soul. Too gentle, in fact. And that's why she had to harden herself. Likewise, she declared war against the whole world only because she dreams of peace.
Now, with that said, it could be someone else, but this all seems a little too convenient. Furthermore, being burnt to a cinder doesn't necessarily mean you'll die. No. It does. I don't know how the fuck you can get burnt to cinders and still be kicking after, but who knows? He's him, right?